Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Now You See Me. And this movie came out in 2013. And before watching this movie, I have seen it before, but I wasn't sure if I've seen the entire thing or if I've just seen parts of it. Now, rewatching the movie, I can definitely say that I have seen the whole movie before, and it was just coming back to me like a dream that I had. And I was like, okay, yep, I've seen this before, and I thought it was very bad. And this movie doesn't have the worst cast ever, like Jesse Eisenberg, Mark Ruffalo, Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine is in it too, Woody Harrelson, Isla Fisher, Dave Franco. Like, not all of these actors are terrible, but unfortunately, because of what they're forced to work with, which is nothing, the performances in this movie are really bad, and no one really stood out as giving a good performance, and everyone was annoying, and none of the characters are interesting or likable. Honestly, I was just waiting for something interesting to happen, and the only thing that I can say about the movie positively is that I was never bored, really, for most of it. Like, at least 70% of the movie I was entertained, but that 30% I was pretty bored, but I was more entertained than I was bored. I'll say that much, but back to what I was saying earlier, none of the characters are interesting, nor are they developed really. Like, some of them are magicians. You got Mark Ruffalo. He's kind of irritating to watch. He's not good, and there's just nothing about this movie that really justified why it needed to exist. It was supposed to be like a heist movie with magicians, with magic that was supposed to be cool, but unfortunately, the way magic is portrayed in this movie was not interesting or cool, and it's not because they used CGI at points, which I found to be kind of distracting, nor necessarily was it the cartoonish tone that really did not help out the movie at all, nor was it the awful music that was dragging the movie down, and it just would not stop playing throughout the entire film, no matter what the scene was. Sure, there were a couple scenes where the music wasn't present, but it stood out more than it didn't, and it was pretty obnoxious to sit through. But despite all of that, that was not the main reason why the magic wasn't cool. It's because it's so predictable and obvious how all of this is pulled off. And even the stuff that is kind of a mystery, it's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. It just feels like things are just so conveniently done, and it just doesn't make any sense, and everyone's just an idiot. Nobody knows what they're doing. And when I say nobody knows what they're doing, I'm talking about the writing, because it honestly just feels like a first draft, and they just made the whole thing up as they went along, and the audience is not critical of what's supposed to be going on in this movie. That's probably another thought process that was going on behind the scenes, and when they were writing the script is what I mean. And that's honestly how it comes across, is that they just did not care about the people who are thinking about just certain things that are going on in this movie. Like, whatever, just throw together whatever you want and we'll make it work. And it got a sequel and is apparently getting a third movie, but I have absolutely no interest in seeing either of those. I also didn't really care for how this movie was shot. There were too many close shots. There wasn't really a distinct style to this movie. It was just very bland and boring at times when it came to the visual presentation. Like, I can't think of a single good shot throughout this entire movie that stand out as like a benefit to this film. Like, does anything stand out positively that this movie does? No. It's just all a bunch of nonsense, and you just are expected to go along with it. And it's honestly infuriating. And despite this movie being a heist movie, it was kind of unsatisfying in that department, because you don't actually get to see much of how the heist was pulled off. It's all just theorized and happens off screen. And it only is explained because Morgan Freeman has theories about how these things could have been pulled off. And that's about it. And even if what they are describing, and even the things that he does describe, it's so stupid and doesn't make any sense. Even from a practical perspective, it just, I don't get it. And it kind of shows off that magic doesn't actually exist and it's just an illusion, but apparently hypnotism works in this movie for some reason. I don't know why. And this movie was very poorly edited. Like, there were too many cuts. I couldn't make out what was going on in the action. And the action had some funny parts to it for sure. Like, it was kind of over the top and crazy and ridiculous. But even with all of that, it didn't save the movie, unfortunately. It's not enough to bump this movie up to like a good movie or even by 1 point for me. It's all just, that happened. It was a standout portion in the movie for sure, but it doesn't save it. This movie is filled to the brim with conveniences and just a bunch of nonsense that doesn't make any sense. And I honestly just have nothing else to say about this movie. It was infuriating. I hated it. It was kind of funny at points, but most of it was not funny bad. It was just kind of stupid and also infuriating. This movie is currently on Netflix, so if you want to check it out, there's a way to do so, but I will never be watching this movie again, and I feel pretty confident in that decision, honestly. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Now You See Me a 2 out of 10. The only reason why it's not a 1 is because there are so many other movies I've seen that are worse than this that would be 1 out of 10s. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Now You See Me, and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for The Cider House Rules. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.